With property insurance costs reaching a crisis level in Florida, the Florida legislature one step closer to calling a special session aimed at addressing the state's homeowner insurance crisis in the Sunshine State. Good afternoon, everybody. JB Buno here with you live on WFLA Now. Great to have you with us. We're going to be doing a live Q&A. Let's bring her right in. 8 on your sides. Masa Saidi, 8 on your side investigator, joining us there on the right side of your screen. We're going to let people kind of come in here. Before we get to the update, Masa, I want to talk to you about what's happening with premiums here when it comes to property insurance in the state of Florida right now. I mean, we're talking through the roof is getting overused. I'm just going to get it out of the way as far as puns go, but we are talking about through the roof costs. What's happening in Florida and why is it happening, most importantly?
Interesting that you said that property insurance rates are going through the roof because of fraudulent roof claims, according to officials, is the cause of this. Frankly, we are hearing from people across the state of Florida. They say the situation is dire. They are now getting their new rates for this upcoming year as we're about to enter into hurricane season, and people are seeing their rates increase by 15%, 25%, 100%. And when you are a senior citizen on a fixed budget and suddenly you have to come up with an extra $2,000, $3,000, I mean, people, JB, just cannot handle this on top of everything else that people are dealing with because of inflation. So I have spoken with seniors. Lonnie Brown was one individual that we talked with that his story brought me to tears. It brought viewers to tears. He basically doesn't know what to do because he just cannot pay for this insurance increase. And lawmakers and advocates, they all tell me the reason behind this increase is out of control litigation, attorneys that are filing suits relating to roof claims. And they say that insurance companies have lost $1.5 and $1.6 billion each year in consecutive years. And they just say the industry is on the verge of collapse. And Senator Jeff Brandes, State Senator Jeff Brandes of St. Pete, really leading the charge here to force lawmakers to do something because they did nothing this past session.
Right, and the special session is one step closer to being called. You can click on the link in the description. We have coverage on this. Masa has been on this for weeks and even beyond that. So if you want a link and a resource to all the articles that we have on this, it's on WFLA.com, the WFLA app. You can just click on the link in the description on this video for the very latest, as we are now one step closer to a special session getting started in Tallahassee. Again, JB Buno, Masa Saidi. We're going to start to take, we've already got some hashtag Hey Masa, hashtag Hey JB questions coming in. We want to be here as a resource for you to answer your questions out of the Facebook Live comment section. But Masa, Governor Ron DeSantis was in Tampa today. Actually, he was at the Buccaneers training facility. You had an opportunity to ask him about this specifically, and we're about to play the clip, but what did you ask?
So essentially, we've talked about the problem, how people cannot handle the increase in the cost here. And a solution could be a legislative session, a special legislative session to look at taking more action, having additional reforms. Right now, the governor has said over and over again that he supports additional reforms, that he believes additional reforms are necessary. But despite the fact that he does have the power to force a special session, to call a special session, he has not done that yet. It appears that he wants lawmakers to get on the same page before taking that step. We asked him about this today. Would you like to play the clip?
Yeah, we're going to play the clip. In the meantime, use in the Facebook Live comment section, if you have a thought about this, a comment about this, feedback about this, you just want to just voice your concerns or your opinion about it, let us know using hashtag Hey Masa, hashtag Hey JB. But really, we're looking for hashtag Hey Masa. You can also ask Masa questions directly using hashtag Hey Masa. We'll be back here in about 90 seconds.
Regarding Senator Brandes' effort to force a special session on property insurance, Senator Brandes just told me that he will get the 32 signatures that he needs in order to go to the next step. Do you support his efforts? And if yes, why not just call the special session yourself?
Well, I do. I think Jimmy Boyd is here. Jimmy, do you want to say anything about it? I think you know, I told him, let's get the product together, and once we have something that will go, we got to go. So I absolutely support what Senator Brandes is doing. I think it's just a matter of, as you remember, it kind of fell apart at the end of the session. So we just want to make sure that we have a product that will pass muster and that we can get through. So I think what he's doing is the right thing, and you know, we have an you've got to be honest with people. We're in a big period of inflation, so all this stuff is going to go up. But on the property insurance in particular, clearly, we have dysfunctions in that market that could be fixed. You've already seen different insurers go out. We need to have a vibrant market where people are able to get policies at an affordable rate. So I thank him for what he's doing. I think we will get there. Jimmy, do you want to talk about any progress you're having?
Thank you, Governor. I would concur, and basically what the governor said is the case. We need to have a program that all of us can agree on, that most importantly saves Floridians money. It's out of control. We've got to get our arms around it and have to solve it for our constituents. And the governor's shown great leadership on this. We'll get there, I'm sure.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned is the follow-up there from Governor DeSantis. Again, coverage from our own Masa Saidi, 8 on Your Side investigator. All of her stories about Florida's property insurance crisis that is ongoing here in our state, including, of course, in the Tampa Bay area. Click on the link in the description on this video. It'll take you over to WFLA.com, the WFLA app, for the very latest. Masa on the right, JB on the left. Let's get to some of the questions in the center of your screen using hashtag HeyMasa, hashtag HeyJB. Cliff McAfee Jr., a frequent commenter with us on WFLA Now, says, hashtag HeyJB, homeowners insurance, rental insurance, car insurance. Cliff, I'll add in there, price of eggs, price of gas, all of it, Masa noted, going up. So this is just coming at all of this is just coming at a really terrible time. There's no good time for costs to go up like this. But when we're talking about a crisis when involving property insurance, Masa, timing is just awful here. And Cliff, and I'm sure like others, is just feeling that crunch right now every time that they look at their bottom line when they check their bank accounts.
People at a breaking point, exactly.
Let's get to the next one. Amber McCall. Cliff, thanks for your comment as always. Amber McCall, hashtag HeyJB. Hurricane premiums are normally higher than regular claims. However, our non-hurricane premium is ridiculous as well. So talking about how before you even factor in hurricanes, just standard premiums right now are very, very high, according to Amber. How does hurricane season factor in here, Masa? Because we know that that's around the corner. Floridians know that that's always, a concern when it comes to June through November over the course of the year.
So basically, hurricane season means that no insurer is knocking on the door of Florida trying to enter into our marketplace right now, because right now the risk is the highest level, right? Because we're about to enter into hurricane season. We have one hurricane make landfall. It could cause so much damage and devastation. So the importance of hurricane season, one, people really need that coverage right now. And two, now is not the time that we're going to have insurance companies knocking down our door. And the other bad thing, as we've been reporting on, JB, is that we've lost some insurance companies in recent days, and there's some that might lose their financial stability rating. And
the fewer that there are, the more control over the marketplace does the others have. Is that correct? And is that kind of you want there to be more insurance companies? Is that not correct?
That's exactly right, JB. The fewer the companies, the more your premiums are going to go higher as insurance companies take on more risks.
Yeah.
The more people are going to go into Citizens, which is supposed to be the insurance company of last resort, the state-backed option, and they could just be devastated. They have more than 1 million policies now, really doubling in recent months.
Let's get to this comment coming in from Happy. I love the name. Happy Kathleen Jackson. Hashtag HeyJB. I'll read it. Roofing companies have approached us and many friends telling us we know how to get you a free roof. We know how to negotiate with these insurance companies, etc. No, thank you, says Happy Jackson. We are not dishonest people, but unfortunately many people are. So we are all paying for their roofs via increased premiums. What do you say for Happy Jackson's comment here?
Happy is outlining exactly.
Happy Kathleen.
Happy Kathleen Jackson is outlining exactly what insurance advocates, insurance companies, and lawmakers tell me is the problem right now. Is a system where you have these roofers go door to door and basically offer people this opportunity to get a new roof. People are taking them up on this, according to what all the experts are telling us right now, and that is what is really behind this out of control, collapsing situation that we're dealing with right now.
We got some potentially breaking news happening, folks. We're going to have to get off the WFLA Now in just a moment. I'm going to get in one last comment. It's a long one. It's coming from Tracy. And Tracy, I'm going to try to abbreviate this as best as possible. Hashtag HeyMasa, I'm 55. Older community, past 3 years, our insurance for HOA has increased by 80%. Individual condo policy increased by 45%. I was told that the entire house needed a repipe, which is anticipated to cost around $10,000. My insurance provider has not yet stated that they will cover my losses. They are even sending out an inspector to look at my house. Why are they coming to look at my house? My question is, if they don't pay, do I have any recourse? This is a very, very specific situation with Tracy, but what can we say to help her out?
What we can say to Tracy is what she's dealing with. The situation, I'm told by some condo attorney experts, that people who live in condos have it worse, because not only do they have to pay their HOA fees for, insurance that covers everything on the outside of the property, but if they have a mortgage, they have to also have insurance for everything from the wall inside the property. And people are saying that, they're being asked to update piping, update roofs, all sorts of things before they can get somebody to actually work with them and insure their condo. So for condos, the situation's a lot worse. I don't know if I answered all of your question. I'm sorry.
We're going to just pivot really quickly to show you what Eagle 8 HD is flying over right now. Eagle 8 HD is over, let's see here, Pinellas County, Ulmerton Road, 2 alarms, an industrial area fire. We're going to have the latest on this coming up in a separate live stream. I think that's actually getting underway here on WFLA.com, the WFLA app, as well as on Facebook Live. Before we let you go, Mas Saidi, what do you got coming up tonight on WFLA News Channel 8?
Okay, you're going to want to tune in at 5 o'clock and at 6 o'clock for my full report, but essentially we are one step closer to potentially having a special session on this property insurance crisis. So the next step is going to be a poll of all lawmakers. They need 3/5 of both houses before there will actually be a special session on this property insurance crisis. So tune in to my reports tonight, and thank you so much, JB. You're awesome as always.
Masa Saidi, folks, 8 on Your Side investigator, and all of her stories. She's done a bunch on Florida's property insurance crisis. It's on WFLA.com, the WFLA app. You can start by clicking on the link in the description on this video for the very latest on the special session that is one step closer to getting called up in Tallahassee.